Hi, boys and girls. So, today we're going to do a new story, and the title of the story is The Kite from Days with Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. Now, the title is The Kite from Days with Frog and Toad, and it is written by Arnold Lobel. Lobel. He is the author of the story, and the genre of the story is fantasy. Fantasy means it cannot happen in real. It's all imaginative. Events that could not really happen. Animals who talk and act like people. Have you seen any animal talk like people? No. So it is fantasy and it is not realistic. Frog and Toad went out to fly a kite. They went to a large meadow where the wind was strong. "Our kite will fly up and up," said Frog. "It will fly all the way up to the top of the sky." "Toad," said Frog, "I will hold the ball of string, you hold the kite and run." So now these are the two characters of our story, Frog and Toad, and they all want to fly. They both want to see how the kite flies, and they are trying hard for the kite to fly up and up high in the sky. And let's see how would they do it. And so the frog is telling Toad to hold the ball of string. Ball of string is this one. Kite flies in the sky when you loosen up the string. So one has to hold the string, and one has to hold the ball of the string. So, and when the wind is blowing fast, the kite will also fly high in the sky. Toad ran across the meadow. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him. The kite went up in the air. It fell to the ground with a bump. Toad heard laughter. Three robins were sitting in a bush. "The kite will not fly," said the robins. You may as well give up." Toad ran back to Frog. "Frog, Frog," said Toad, "this kite will not fly. I give up." So now there are three robins. These birds are called robins. When the toad was running in the meadows with as fast as he could with the kite, so that it goes up in the air, there were three birds, robins, laughing at the toad, and they said, "The kite will not fly. Just give up." And Toad was disappointed, and he went to Frog and he said, "Frog, Frog, the kite will not fly, and I give up." He said, "I give up, it will not fly." "We must make a second try," said Frog. "Wave the kite over your head. Perhaps that will make it fly." Toad ran back across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. The kite went up in the air and then fell down with a thud. "What a joke," said the robins. "The kite will never get off the ground." So now Frog said we must do it second time. Second time means two times. First time they did it, so now they're going to do it second time. And he said, "Put the kite on your head and then run." So Toad did that, and when he did that, the kite went up in the air, then again it fell down. So, as usual, robins were very discouraging. They were discouraging. They were not saying good words to Toad, and they said, "What a joke! You are just fooling yourself. The kite will never fly." So, are the robins doing good? No, you should always encourage. You should not discourage someone. So, robins were behaving really rude. Let's see what happens next. Toad ran back to Frog. "This kite is a joke," he said. "It will never get off the ground." "We have to make a third try," said Frog. "Wave the kite over your head and jump up and down. Perhaps that will make it fly." Toad ran across the meadow again. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. The kite went up in the air and crashed down into the grass. So now he said Toad heard what Robbins told him. Then he went back to Frog and he said, "This kite is a joke. It will not fly in the air." So this Frog said, "No, you have to do it third time, three times." Okay, third time. And now you have to put that kite on your head and go jump up and down in the meadow. Again, he went back to meadow. Again, he took the kite over his head and he jumped up and down. But the kite went again up in the air and crashed down in the grass. So let's see now what will happen next. "That kite is a junk," said the robins. "Throw it away and go home." Toad ran back to Frog. "This kite is a junk," he said. "I think we should throw it away and go home." "Toad, we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down, and shout, 'Up, kite, up!'" Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, "Up, kite, up!" Now, from this story, what do you understand? These are the group of people, these are the group of things who are discouraging. Robins are discouraging Todd. And what is the frog doing? He is always commanding. Even frog is wrong, even robins are wrong. You cannot command someone. Frog is not trying. He's telling Todd to try. He's telling Todd to do what he can do. But robins, if the Todd is trying, he is discouraging. They are discouraging the thought. They are telling you're wrong, you are a fool, you are this is a joke. So now, and they are telling this kite is a junk. Junk means it's a trash. Throw it in the dustbin. Are they doing good? No. And is the frog doing good? No. Even frog can try. Frog is not trying. He is asking Toad to try. Anyways, but frog is encouraging the encouraging the toads, but birds are discouraging the frog. Let's see what happens next. The kite flew into the air. It climbed higher and higher. "We did it!" cried Toad. "Yes," said Frog. "If a running try did not work, a running and waving try did not work, a running, waving, and jumping try did not work, I knew that a running, waving, jumping, and shouting try just had to work." Now, what do you think? Did it work because of running, waving, and jumping? No, it worked because the air was strong. The air was blowing strong. That's why the kite flew high. When he was trying it that time, the air was not strong. That's why kite was not flying. And poor Thor, he's so innocent. He believed what the frog said. He believed what the frog was trying to put in his head. And now robins are shocked. Look at their face. They're shocked. Look at their eyes. They're shocked. They're shocked to see the kite flying. And look how happy the toad is because the kite is flying high and high in the air. Let's see what happens next. Robins flew out of the bush, but they could not fly as high as the kite. Frog and Toad sat and watched their kite. It seemed to be flying way up at the top of the sky. Now both Toad and Frog are happy to see the kite flowing high in the sky, and the robins could not fly as high as the kite. Look, they are over here. They can only fly till here, but the kite is flying really high, and the Toad and Frog are watching their kite flying high in the sky. So I hope you liked the story, and I hope you learned something good from the story. Thank you so much for watching.